is this? Okay. What's good? I don't know. Some things we've played, others not so much. No, I haven't tried Eddie yet. I kind of want to play this card because it feels like the most depressing thing to play against. Another one was I don't know who this is. I think this is Spider-Man. This is the Gitrog monster, right? It's also kind of similar to Sephiroth. Kind of. Yeah, it feels like a Gitrog monster and Sephiroth, but it's like slightly worse than both of those. I've never played against it in Standard. I don't think I've seen it in Standard. Maybe I have one time. I don't think it did anything, though. It's kind of hard to do anything with this, especially in Standard. Especially in Standard. It's actually really hard to do stuff with this. Yeah, I don't know. That's low on my list. I'll say that much. Yeah, casting 7-mana enchantments is how you win. All right. Yeah, I mean that's true. It's good when you have your 7-mana mythic rares in play. I don't doubt it. I think the best thing this commander's going to do is not the 6-mana side. First strike flying. No, first strike haste. Double. Can this deck even play 6 drops? Probably no charm. I feel like I'm Not supposed to play 6-minute cards. Those are good cards, but I mean, it looks like we're just trying to kill people with before we get to that turn. Amount of mana. I guess you could play a Boroid. I think Tender Wild Guide's too slow. Could probably play Vantage. Terra Symbiosis. You playing Standard? What do you mean? Like it's Terra Symbiosis. Oh, this thing. Whenever you put a counter on a creature, draw that many cards. Sure. Why not? Oh, just normal Standard. I don't have the cards for that. I also really don't want to play a ranked format. I am, to this day, still so burnt out of grinding to Mythic every month. I'm so burnt. And I haven't done it in years, and I'm still burnt out. Not that I guess I'd have to do that, but still. What is Inti even doing? Discard, counter. It's probably doing enough. My gold farm is just Azusa. Azusa strip mode seems to be the fastest for me. I'm sure I could play an aggro deck, but my pride won't let me. Alright, this is cohesive enough to play it. I don't know if I want to play it. I might as well. I might as well. I did put it together, so. Alright, screw it. We're doing it. Kren, Undercity Dreamer, which I believe is Miles for you non-arena gamers. 2 mana, 1/2. When it enters, distribute some 1/1 counters, and then you can either cast it for 6 mana, or you can flip it for 6 mana. You do have both options here. And it becomes a 4/3, first strike haste. You can pay 2 to give it hexproof and put a counter on it. Mostly just hexproof. And it becomes colorless. That's kind of weird. I don't think it matters, ever. But it does become colorless. At least it doesn't matter in standard, I don't think. And whenever this attacks, you double each kind of counter on spiders and legendaries. There's not really a lot of spiders that I think make sense to play, and I guess there's a fair amount of legendaries, but I'm mostly expecting this to be just a 2 mana 1/2 squire that distributes some counters that might be really scary to some opponents, and others won't care. And that's about it. Hold on. What am I thinking of? I'm not thinking of anything, alright. I had hardened scales on the brain. I'm like, wait a minute. But this is standard. That's not in the game. This is basically green and white, but that's normal for this kind of deck. There's still some good red things to do. I'm sure there's probably a few more really solid red cards, but I think it's just a little bit safer to not get color screwed if you can help it, and green-white is the 1/1 counter kind of color anyways. So, yeah, I don't really need many red sources. Honestly, I really only need one. I'm not even sure if the mountain is right here, but who knows? I'm sure flipping this is something someone has done. I don't think I've ever seen it. If you flip this and it's doubling counters, you're probably winning already, because your opponent hasn't stopped any of that. But we'll see. 1/1 counter stuff. And standard. Oh, command tower. I didn't look at colorless lands. My bad. I only looked at colored lands. I knew something was weird. I knew something was weird. Cavernous Holes might even be wrong. What's the one that pays 2 life? Oh, do I not own it? Yeah, this one. I think I can't craft it. I mean, I could probably surge out packs to craft this, but alright, I'm not going that way. Yeah, I forgot command tower. Fable? No, I don't like Fable. Well, I mean, I made it on stream yesterday. That's a that was a significant. What the? Why are we against Sparky? What's going on? Whoops. Whoops. Can't remember what I was doing there. But I made this Kren deck yesterday, and then I changed my mind about playing it. How do you get that sliver profile? I want it. I wonder if I just play my commander next turn. I think I do. Just make it 2-3. Okay, yep, perfect answer. So much for that. Let's play... this. I don't have double white. Well, actually, I really haven't had much that would trigger this anyway, so... I untapped with a creature? No way. I untapped with a creature. Crazy. I shall take this opportunity to play this, I guess. Can this target itself? It can't. Okay. Yeah, I actually draw a card, too. Oh, look at that. It's an Omen Path Mastery reward. Oh, so I will get it at some point. That's nice to know. Alright, well, I'm sure I'll be able to do something at some point and have it exist for more than 2 seconds. Play this and this. If you pay? What do you mean? Is there a free mastery pass? I don't even pay attention to that. I always just get it. I didn't even know there was a free one. What does this do? Stuff. Do I play this? And then... and then what? Oh, so it's like the bottom line of the thing? I see. It's a pre-order thing? Uh-oh. Twitch chat disagrees with YouTube chat. Apparently it was not in the Mastery Pass. Well, looks like I'm just going to lose to mono removal here. I can kill... wait, what if I... what if I do this? Oh, come on! Stop having things. Can I please play the game? Oh my goodness. It's like... good grief. Infinite removal. Oh my goodness. I was doing things, kinda. Opponent found a way to make it as slow as possible too. Let me look at the Mastery Pass. Let us take a gander here. Okay, it's not here. Unless I already got it. I didn't. Wait, is it here? Ah, it is! Uh-oh, Twitch chat. It's backfiring. Twitch chat was wrong. I didn't know I had it. That's a 500-second timeout right there. Oh, yes. Oh, that's glorious. It's funny how annoying the red mana has been with how little red mana there is. Okay. Well, there's a bunch of cards I haven't played. That's cool. Create a 2/1 with reach and then stuff. Sure. Finding my 1-drop. Turn too late. Whoa, that's just a sorcery speed quick study. That's what just happened. Alright. That's also a tapped colorless land in a deck that I would not expect to have seen that. So let's play... They're all pretty similar. Yeah, they're all similar, so I guess I'll just play my commander. And then just run out the Jitte. Alright, we like stats here, I guess. Stats are nice. What does this do in the third part? Double strike. Opponent does stone cold nothing. I'm going to put the double strike here. So it's just way easier to recover from nonsense. Let's play... Shapoop-poop-poop? I'm still going to move the Jitte here. Maybe I shouldn't have moved the Jitte at all. Okay, I didn't expect Aetherize. Did not anticipate that one. I probably would never respect that card, honestly. It's the second time I've seen it ever, though. Creatures are 3/3s, non-creatures are counters, and then life gain, that doesn't matter. So... You... Wait, maybe I just play this. Yeah, maybe we should just play the giant scary one. One decks don't usually have removal. Is that normal? Well, I don't know. I guess it depends what the whole deck looks like, really. I really wish I could play two creatures at the same time. But I cannot do that. I can play this and leave up Get Lost. And I probably should. Three or more creatures with different powers. Yeah, we're just going to do this. It's kind of lame, but... I've had everything I've done this entire game constantly bounce back to my hand. And you also have counter spells on top of this? Okay, I think we're just done. Yeah, I'm gonna die before I get to play a card, apparently, and have it stick for more than a turn. I don't know how aggressive you can... I mean, you can play a mono red deck with Kren. You could just play red cards. You could definitely be more aggressive than I am, probably. Wouldn't doubt it. I guess none of it matters if you can't stay on the board for more than 2 seconds. I can't seem to untap with a creature. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. By the time it matters, it's very likely I can cast it again. If it dies or whatever, so. Like watching my videos? Well, I complain a lot less there. Here you get to see all the horrible, painful misery I have to go through to get anything done. Ooh, alright, well, it is what it is. Yeah, Aetherize is... It definitely gets you. Comes out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's much I could have done anyways, but like, I have to do something about it at some point. Okay, they probably... I don't know what they take. One of the 4 drops, I play the other one. I do whatever you want, I guess. They're sort of the same. They're both just presenting damage to face. This is one of those I lose on the spot if they have, like, a board wipe kind of... I think I will play this one. I could have played this one, but I like giving haste later in the game and have that maybe actually matter. Or nothing I do matters, because they have literally infinite answers and I can't resolve a threat. So... Gold Fade Hydra for 1? No, that's stupid. Well, Titus is not... You can't play Swords to Plowshares and... Alright, we're back in it. Unless we're not. We'll see. Opponent says, oops, I don't know what I did right or wrong. When this dies, I get a ton of treasures. They do kill it. Okay. I wasn't sure if they were going to do that. Yeah, I've played Titus in Historic. But that's a completely and utterly different format. So... Unstoppable Slasher, huh? Let's try to put a counter on a 2/2. Actually, let's just do this for 2. And then just play other stuff around it. Bristly Bill. Okay. Let's play you. Let's do this. And then go to combat first. Okay, so I force the issue. Is there anything I can do? Nope. There's nothing I can do. Except draw cards, I guess. Should play this. I don't even really care if Slasher hits me. Honestly, I don't care if it hits me multiple times either, really. Let's play this. And then just invest my mana. I'm just gonna spend the treasure tokens on like anything. Put the counter here. Well, it's an instant. It hasn't ever done anything. It probably won't do anything. I can't seem to play a creature and untap with it, so by that definition it will never do anything. Okay, so now I can't draw with Terra Symbiosis. Maybe I can still do something? So let's play you. And then you. Go to combat. This has first strike, right? Yeah. I guess I spread my counters around so I can double them with the Bristly Bill, I guess. I can't swing this turn. Opponent doesn't have anything under the Ghost Vacuum. Oh, they outdraw. I didn't even know this had more text on it. I've never actually seen someone hardcast that. So they have a turn limit. They have to win the game before that happens to them. I don't need this mountain. They're also at 12. Okay, sure. They can't plus this, right? They cannot plus this. So, sure. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna win because they're gonna run out of cards, right? I'm also kind of threatening. A very scary, like, attack or whatever. This has first strike, so I'll put it there. This is a weird game. I don't even want to explore with my tokens. Destroy target artifact. I can blow up the Ghost Vacuum, but that doesn't do anything, right? No, it really doesn't. I don't need to blow up the Ghost Vacuum. I can't blow this up. Yeah, there's nothing to blow up, so... Let's... I don't even know if I can really... I don't even know if attacking matters. I don't think it does. I don't think attacking matters at all here. I should just... chill, right? They have a Death Touch and a 6/6. In fact, they want the 6/6 to die so they can draw less cards. Yeah, I probably don't want to kill my opponent's cards. Oh boy, that's a lot of no's. They have 2 turns to kill me? Like, they have this turn and next turn, and then the game is over. I can't see what's been exiled, so we don't know if there's any board wipes in there, but I think I'm winning if there is a board wipe in there. Okay, let's just get some blocks in. I will block the slasher so it dies forever if it, like, if there's something that comes back here. And I'm going to block this because I smell a sweeper and I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, we're just going to block that. I don't think my opponent does this kind of attack unless there's a board wipe. I think I'm still winning, though, even if there is a board wipe. Because they can't deal enough damage to kill me. As far as I'm aware. Well, I don't have a land for that. So, I guess I just play this thing? Oh, stop having perfect cards! Oh! How? Oh my goodness, bro. How the last 5 cards of your deck just the perfect thing? How are you doing this? Ay, ay, ay. I mean, that is just nuts. Runner cards. There was a board wipe in that pile, too. But I mean, they're almost out of gas. They only have one more card. I can actually draw off of mine as well. What does this get back? This gives only 1 counter? Equal to its power. This doesn't look like 25 damage, but we'll see. Can I kill the Market Back Walker? It doesn't have a counter on it. That doesn't work. Okay, they put counters on it, so if I actually kill this card, they draw and lose the game. So that was a massive mistake. I do not have a way to kill it. There's no reach or anything. Return target non-creature, non-land permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. That doesn't do anything. Alright, so I can block the ground with this thing. There's no way to give this haste, unfortunately. I can draw 1 card, I think? I don't know what that card is, right? It's just 1. Because I have 2. Yeah. Yep, yeah, I can draw 1. Okay, it didn't matter. I cannot use the map tokens. I guess I should have leveled it. Oh, I could not have leveled that up. I could not have leveled it up. Okay. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the air. 6 on the ground. 7, 8. I'm looking at 8 at a most 9, 10, 11. I'm pretty sure it stops at 11 at the absolute most. They can't swing with anything because the Sovereign. Yeah, they can't swing with the anything with a counter. It's their last attack regardless, right? Whether they lose on their turn from damage or decking out, it doesn't matter when. It's just a matter of how much damage they can do. Right, the Sovereign draws a card, doesn't it? I thought it drew cards. I guess it doesn't. Nice. Alright, well, for the last chunk of cards my opponent had, they were absolutely insane. I'm not going to lie to you. So, if they knew the pile that they were going to get with that demon there, they would probably always cast it. Okay, no, I'm thinking of Kutzil. I mixed this up with Kutzil's the one that draws. But, yeah. They probably, yeah, they shouldn't have put counters here, because if I killed it, they would have just lost. Okay. That was, scary. That was very scary. I would have been really upset if I didn't win that. I think I'm gonna just play a Terramorphic Expanse. One more red source is fine. You could probably also just take out a land and add Arcane Signet. We have enchantments. We could play Ethereal Armor. Could maybe play a random 6-mana card. I mean, this is okay. Ugh. What's that annoying thing? This thing? Right? Return that creature. Yeah, this thing. It's like, you have to kill everything twice. And it has one encounters on it and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot Moonshaker was in Standard. I completely forgot. We had like 2 Craterhoof Behemoths. I forgot about that. Huh. What deck have I played that would want that? I wonder if Gaines could have played it here, though. Could this have played that? I forgot it was in Standard. I mean, yeah, I could have. I could have. This... No. Okay, maybe not as many as I thought. Also, hello. Yeah, I guess without green in your deck, getting to 8 mana is maybe not the most common thing anyways. Well, my opponent can't kill my creatures if I don't play any. I like that logic. Oh, okay, apparently so does my deck. Huh. Well, yep. Alright, I'm all in. Yeah, by the time I play 6 drops, the game is kind of over. Which is why I just don't feel like playing 6 drops is the right idea. Alright, look at that. My opponent has had... All my opponents have killed my commander every time. Do I replay my commander? I only got Arden immediately. Excellent. Yeah, I think I do, because I need a creature in play. If I want to play the game. Arden doesn't have any targets. Okay, well, silly me. I thought I could play the game. My bad. Whatever. I don't know. I guess nothing matters. Just play random cards. Can I recast it next turn? Once I can recast it next turn, technically. Opponent apparently has Stone Cold nothing. Find that unlikely. Oh, because it is unlikely. If, like, any of these were a creature, it'd be so much better. Better off here. Well, I got what I wanted in the most sad and miserable ways of getting it. They actually essence scattered it. Wow. Okay. I think we always take that. Move a counter. Yeah, this is not doing anything. Is this my creatures? Yeah, it's only my creatures. I can't do it to my opponents. So Arden can now steal Chocobo as a 4/4. Or 5/5? Yeah. Oh, they can find something with the Harmonize here. Yeah. They got Malcolm. They don't take Malcolm. I don't know why. They could have taken Malcolm to draw discard something else. They also missed a damage. Yep, why not? Just, why not? My last card is Duressible. Yep, fascinating. Okay. Well, we played cards. Every single thing was answered. Every single thing was answered that could have done anything significant, and they ignored all the rest of it. That seems a little unbelievable, though. I did mulligan as well. I only had one creature that game. That seems very unlikely. That's kind of nuts, isn't it? I did mulligan. I guess I had to go to 6. I can't really blame my opponent for killing the one creature my deck gave me the entire game. That feels abnormal. Okay. I suppose it's time to take a look at the deck list here, because this should not be consistently happening. And it is. We're just gonna play this for one. We're just gonna play it for one. I don't want to play my commander yet. I'd rather get other things going. I mean, it's a blue-green deck. I don't have a lot of time anyways. Yeah, we're just going to ignore everything I'm doing anyways. If I don't play this now, I basically can never play it, so... Does anything matter? Not really. Just play that. They could have swung. They just didn't. Deck is... My deck just refuses to cooperate. It just outright refuses to cooperate with me. It's just having none of my nonsense right now. Let's put a counter here. And then... blow up the Overlord? Well, it's not doing anything. Yeah, let's just put this in play, I guess. Maybe I should have held the counters for Ouroborid, but I don't think that matters, like in the long run of things. Okay, so Wandering Emperor into what? Craterhoof if I lose? They did say good game, so... Oh, that's just River's Rebuke. Alright. Yep, blue-green ignores you, nothing I do matters, and I die on turn 6. I did play creatures, though. So that's pretty cool. Well, this strategy just sucks. If it's not a creature, I might as well take it out. Because my opponents are just laughing at it. Wait a minute. Okay. There's a lot of good life gain triggers creatures, but I mean, voice is good. It just doesn't really care about the rest of my deck. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you can really go all in on like a counters strategy. Alright, you know what? I'm over it. I'm not even going to play this commander. I'm not going to sit here and suffer for 2 hours. I'm not in the mood. I would like to play something else. Yeah, I really, really like Sovereign in Historic Brawl. I think it's really fun. Or maybe it was. Maybe it was. I don't know if it is anymore. This was a while ago now, obviously, but at the time it was a really cool commander. I really liked it. Same with that, like, wolf, elf, Naya thing that just played elves and completely ignored the wolves. That one's cool, too. I even like Kutzil. Kutzil's pretty neat. But I'm just not going to sit there and suffer for 20 minutes. 20 hours. Not doing it. Alright, so basically only instance for the most part. Does this have flash? No. Okay. Maybe that would be a little too crazy if it did. I wonder if disenchant is a good idea. I do like disenchant. Opt? Do we care about cantrips? Maybe. Spell Pierce has been somewhat impressive from my opponents. Kind of. I love me a Quick Study. Quick Study is like my favorite card ever. This is just I just love this. You can never not like Quick Study. Oh, I get to play Cancel too. Ugh, I get to do everything I want. Yeah, this is going to lead to less emotional distress. Can we play Time Stop? I can also just play a bunch of board wipes, right? It's not like they're bad. Split Up is interesting. I don't have really any artifacts. I can play Ultima. Rite of Replication. It kind of requires that my opponent has something, though. What else do we need? What are our Planeswalker options? I actually do like Ujin here. It can just sit there. Like, if you play it... The times and board states in which I cast this are the board states in which it will win without a bunch of assistance. The logic applies with Elspeth as well. Kind of Kaito to a slightly lesser degree. Are these really all of them? Wow, I thought there were more. Aether Spark can work, but if my commander's already in play, it doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't. It only works when I'm already, like, drawing cards with my commander, and at that point I obviously don't need it. Especially if I can't swing. What's the other disenchant? It might be an exile card. It, like, exiles a power 4 or an enchantment or something? What is it called? Power 4? Exercise, there it is. Yeah, I like that. Probably just better than disenchant. I probably don't need disenchant. Honestly, make your move is probably just better. This is fine. Killing creatures is reasonable. Oh, right. Almost forgot. All of these nightmarishly annoying cards no one wants to play against. I almost forgore. Oh, this one has flash. Man, I want all of them. I want all of them. I'm not going to lie to you. I want every single one. What about this one? This can turn commanders into lands literally forever through board wipes. Oh yeah, this is peak. I probably just don't even need Ujin. I probably don't need it. I think it's totally fine though if you want it. Same with Elspeth. Let's just play without those and see how the deck works. Final Showbound's a bit steep. Yeah, let's not play with this. It feels like a lot of mana to do something I already do rather well. Alright. 1/1 counter stuff in Standard is a miserable time. I'm over it. So I'm going to play this instead. 4-mana 3/3 Flying Vigilance. Begin your end step if you haven't cast a spell, draw. So you basically draw more than your opponent forever and play most, if not all, of your entire game plan inside your opponent's turn. And then you just drown them in value. So blue-white control with a rather vulnerable commander, but who knows? Let's see. We're doing something else. I probably will now not... Ah, really? I only swung... Ugh. I mean, it has to be telling that after an hour of playing that, I only got to swing 8 times. So everything I did just kept getting killed. Everyone just kills everything. Fortunately, this commander, I don't really feel a lot of scenarios where maybe the first time my commander dies, it's like not just lights out or whatever. Could be. But we hope it isn't. That is our hope. Alright, it's up against this thing, which can come back infinitely. It does have that ability. I guess I can turn it into a land, though. That's neat. Oh, I can't exile it. That doesn't really do anything. You just recast it. I don't think I've ever played against this. Oh, quick study. My beloved. You're right on the right turn. Yes, the first spell I cast is quick study. Haha. Look at it. Look at it. I will not be casting my commander next turn. I'm just going to play a land and go. There's not much I'm seriously concerned with. It looks like there's a combat trick, which again, I don't care. Protecting this is just weird to me. I don't even know the main idea of trying to protect this commander. I will give my opponent something to do next turn. That's a bushwhack. Alright, so now I can imprison it. I can also just cast my commander and pass. Could do that as well. Let's just imprison it and see how my opponent reacts to that. Okay. That's a card. Gaia's Cradle Not really relevant. Oh, well, the taps there. Okay, alright. They find a bunch of lands as this game proceeds. Until I deal with that. Yeah, I'm going to have to deal with this 4-4, unfortunately. I don't know why they're not cracking the lander token. Looks like we have other ideas. An enchantment. Okay, so I lose my thing. Okay, I need cards, please. That would be cool. That would be ideal. I'll see my opponent to not have some kind of fight effect. Holy lands. I did draw a good card. Or something, at least. Okay, I found what I was looking for. I am going to commit this now, instead of casting Ultima. Let us exile my opponent's commander on their turn? Okay. That's interesting. I would have expected them to do anything else ever, but sure. Lands, stop, please. I have like all the lands in my... deck into play, basically. I think I just blocked that. Ow! Ow! Bro, they just keep having everything. Please. How do you have everything? Stop having things. Well, they don't have a land. What? How do you have a land? You've been just holding a land this whole time? What? I think that's the only way that could have happened. Yeah. Okay, well, this is kind of insane. Apparently I can't do anything. I'm just getting trampled. Okay, really? Wow. Alright, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna draw like that, I guess there's no way on earth I was ever winning. Yep, that's unbelievable. That's actually insane. Like there's a lot of cards my opponent has in this matchup most of the time don't do anything. And we just drew literally nothing but lands. And there were 5 more lands at the bottom. So basically the rest of my deck is action. I have a ton. Like, I have sweepers. I have spot removal. I have card draw spells. There are a ton of things. I would say like 9 out of 10 of this matchup, I just win almost immediately. That is actually insane. Wow. Well played by them, I guess. Like, the fights were really good. The protection spells were also good. They didn't seem to have any way to, like, recur their commander if I killed it. Like, there was no land in the graveyard, really. Really nuts. Really, really nuts. Yeah, I genuinely think I win that 9 out of 10 times if we played 10 games. It's a very favorable matchup. Wasn't meant to be, I guess. Okay. Looking for, I guess, any land, sure. Oh, it's just rabbits. Whatever. Been here, done that. I was right to play around fight effects, though, I guess. Like, I wanted to play my commander, but the fight effects would just make that not doable. And they had, like, 25. Like 4 or something. Free Prussia. No one drop. Opt is fine. I have time for that card. Just take my time. Doing things. I wanna... Wait, can I exile that? No. I don't know why I thought I could. That is not your commander. Another land is fine. Yep. The moment I miss land drops, the moment I start losing really quick, so... Let's play... you... And then pass, sure. Oh, it's just rabbits again? Apparently it is. Excellent. How do you not have another rabbit? Wow. Okay. Apparently they don't have another rabbit. I'm going to assume my commander's safe, because that's how magic works. Is there a better alternative? I could witness protection this. No, I'm just casting my commander. Seems like one of those look for a board wipe, do nothing else in the intermediate style ideas here. I mean, you just play rabbits. That's all you do. Okay. 2 cards off of this so far. So this removes the rabbit text on a rabbit. which I basically have to do. And then, does this do that? Nope. I don't draw a card, but I just have to do that. Opponent is taking their time. I'm not sure how I'm going to win long term when I can't stop like the card draw spells of just finding multiple rabbits a turn. That's a weird one, but I guess it works. Like, I can sweep the board, but then they can just do it again, is the problem. I also technically cannot currently sweep the board because I don't have a sweeper in my hand. Yeah, normally rabbits is like just free, but I don't have okay, I'm dead. I also didn't draw a sweeper anyways, but normally they just cast their cards and I win, but they have ways to draw cards and I can't, like, necessarily stop it. It's a delicate balance, but yeah, the caretakers and the two-minute enchantments, too many cards. Or I don't draw a sweeper and I die. That also is a thing that can happen. And it did. That is actually what happened. We saw it in real time. No sweeper. I could have not cast the witness protection, maybe, because it probably didn't matter long term, one could argue. Yeah, I've consulted the star chart. Boop. Do I like the new cards? Yeah, they're alright. There's nothing phenomenal. Nothing like crazy or insane or anything like that, though. They're just kind of cards. Well, I guess I was a fool for trusting Split Up. I don't draw the one card that saves me, the game is over. Alright. I could have mulliganed for a sweeper there. Again, that is another matchup I feel confident going into. It's just another matchup. Like, if it was me playing the counter deck, I would have just lost. It's another matchup that it looks like it was no contest, but I have so many answers to what just happened there. It's actually insane. I mean, you could say maybe I well, I mean, did I though? Not really. No, not really. Kind of. Oh, am I out of practice with blue-eye control? What's going on here? What could I have done different? Could have put that on that thing. That would have happened next turn. Boom, boom. Okay, there was a line... There was a line where life was better if I took it. I just didn't take it. Yeah, I really think I could have... I think I could have stabilized in that game specifically. I just didn't play right. Yeah. Take the learning lesson there. My favorite set ever released? Oh, I don't... New Phyrexia, maybe? Lorwyn? Or Shadowmoor? Doing the winning? No. Not currently. Yeah, I like New Phyrexia a lot. Eventide, Shadowmoor, really cool. Don't think I have a favorite one, though. Alright, so another matchup I can probably keep my opponent's commander off the board, unless they specifically have Cavern of Souls, I guess. Which I haven't seen a Cavern of Souls yet. I'm gonna not take that. I mean, you just cast a ramp spell. That's all your deck does. Apparently not. Apparently not. Wow. Alright. World first? World first Roxanne opener without a 2-drop. Suppose it happens sometimes. I will cast my commander. It does draw a card, so if they kill it, I got something out of it. We take this. That's also probably my opponent's whole turn to kill my commander, so... The old 2-for-1. Take that. Are we killing it? What are we doing? Okay. What are we doing? Alright. Yep, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Fortunately, I don't have any counter spells, but... Of course, of course, of course. Why did my opponent not cast Roxanne? Am I not understanding something? It makes no sense whatsoever to me. That's kind of insane. I don't know if I care about this. What's up? Well, us losing repeatedly is what's up, I think. Alright, maybe I did care about this. Well, that's annoying. Wow. I mean, they could have just done it. Yeah, alright. Doesn't matter too much, I guess. So, haste means no. Boom into boom. Can't do that. Alright. The first game where I say Cavern of Souls is, like, far and away the most relevant. My opponent immediately has it. Why are you not casting your commander? You could have just gave it haste. What are you doing? I'm so confused. Are you just not casting rock? You have the Cavernous Souls. Ooh, okay. Well, I don't understand, but there must be something else crazy going on that I just don't understand. I'm sure I will come to understand it quite viscerally. Is this a druid? It's not. I can keep the essence scatter. Okie dokie. Let's play land and pass. I'm pretty sure the situation at hand doesn't make Roxanne better. Like, the longer you wait, it doesn't just automatically get better. Like, they're just not casting Roxanne, it's uncounterable. Imagine, like, how do you not cast it here, right? To me, it just seems really, really weird. I could split up the fish token. It's kind of weird, though. Probably not right to do that. Well, if I don't draw anything, I might have to. Okay. I am incredibly confident my opponent will cast Roxanne next turn. With apparently leaving up mana. They shocked themselves, I'm sure for a reason. Oh, thanks, Flashing One. I'm so glad you showed up. Let's do tapped. Let's, do I even deal with this? I probably have to now. I probably have to deal with this card. Because there's other cards they could play that are a huge issue, so... That's technically not one of them. Oh man, I've shown so many lands. It's just so annoying. I don't think frogifying that twitching doll does much, so I'm not going to. You've got to be kidding me. I can't wrap my head around this. I mean, again, Cavernous Souls, like, the first game I bring it up, because I think it's the most relevant, my opponent just has it. Today has just not been the day. I think that's just what this is. Today's not been the day. I'm playing... My opponents are just having the best time against everything I'm doing. Yeah, alright. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. Alright, let's try more answers, less lands. Drawing 2 cards a turn is not enough to offset all of that. I think another sweeper is fine. I have basically all the removal. But I guess I don't have all the removal. Damage to attacking creatures is fine. You stock up is a sorcery, though. It does show up before my commander, technically. But it is a sorcery. I don't think that's free. I'm sure it's okay. Yeah, we can try stock up. It is kind of hard to cast it with like trying to leave up instants the whole time though. I took out some lands too. I took out a fair amount of lands, so maybe that stops happening. Or at least happens way, 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 way less. I am not gonna interact with that 1/3. I don't think I am. Yeah, see, this is the difference between stock up and quick study. I could just cast this. I can't just cast stock up. Did they cast their commander? If tokens would... Okay, I can't say I've ever seen this. Whenever this enters or attacks, map token. I don't like that. Let's cast our magic cards on that. I don't really care about the mana dorks. Like, this is an instant where I can't cast it. Ooh, I like Deduce. As it stands, I don't need the Witness Protection. Let's try to not keep that. Yeah, it's still fine. It's not like it's not fundamentally uncastable or anything like that. It's like if I need something or whatever. I do have some sorcery speed stuff in here. I might just Windmill Slam my commander next turn. Although that probably doesn't make any sense because of the line I took. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to do that anymore, because... Yeah, I shouldn't do that. If I had the Witness Protection still, maybe? Even still, though. When this enters food, food have add mana. Sack, creatures you control get number of food. Alright. I'm not concerned, because there's probably not going to be a ton of food showing up this game. There's not a lot of food things in the game there. I'll counter that. Anything that's not a mana dork, I'll try to not deal with here. Could just wait to cast my commander until way later. I currently don't need a bunch of cards, but it would be nice to find a window to cast it, obviously. Oh, I can tap creatures. Whoops. That's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just funny. Could have tapped their mana dorks. That's funny. What does this do? Enters as a 2/3, and that's it? It didn't get in-webbed? It could have gotten it. I mean, they might. This does not have vigilance. Yeah, they could have been webbed there. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they could have. Surprised they didn't. So human or scout, doesn't matter. Play commander now. Start drawing cards. Okay. This is what we signed up for. They finally drew a land, so we know the draw for the turn. They can try to swing. They do not. I would have put the map token on the 2/3. I don't think the Gaia's Cradle is going to change much this game. They already have infinite mana. I mean, they have 2 over here as well. So we're just not casting anything. I guess you can cast after the fact. That doesn't do anything without lands. Why do I care about this? I don't think I do. They have to have a land in their hand. And even if they play a bunch of lands, this doesn't turn the game around. Search a library for a land, make a food token. Let's see what we find here before I make a decision. Okay. I'm going to deny... No, I'm not going to deny this. I'm not doing that. Have your land, trigger your thing. Cursed Mills will land right away, yep. Okay. They can sack this to give everything +3/+3, because there's now 3 food tokens. Sure. I think I'm going to Spelljar to draw. We are almost in Sweep the Board territory. We probably are just straight up in Sweep the Board territory. So, yeah. We're just going to look for a Sweeper. Do I even cast this here? I should. Should be mana efficient. Okay, that works too. I can just blow this up now. I don't have to find a board wipe. And I most assuredly will. This cuts a ton of mana off as well. Well, not really. They have Gaia's Cradle. It doesn't matter. And... pass. That was an instant, by the way, so I am kind of stupid. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. I should have done this on my... Wait, could I have done it, though? Yeah, I should have done that in my opponent's upkeep. I would have drawn a card. Land you control enters, blah, 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 sure. I don't think there's a land in hand. Oh, there is. Okay. Immediately find a land off the top. Yeah, Do I have time to just not react to any of this? I think I do. I mean, I'm pushing halfway through my deck, and I still haven't found a sweeper. I just added one, too. Did I add 2? No, I think I just added an additional one. I would not swing with the 2/3, unless this does something I'm not aware of. Oh, never mind. Okay, it does. Things are happening. That doesn't matter. I can't just assume I'm going to draw a land, so let's... excuse me, a board wipe. Let's just take care of stuff here. I can just cast this? But I'm not dead, so I'm not going to. If I was dead, then I obviously would. Opponent's also top decking. Okay, they can use that to blow up my commander. I'm sure they will. Let's remove the massive scaling threat here. Killing my commander here is pretty productive, so I agree with it. Let's get rid of island, sure. I'm not dead, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Send it. They're not clicking the attack all button. Spooky. Alright, we're leaving back Leonard. Oh, wait. Okay. It's funny, they finally got Gaia's Cradle, and now it just does nothing. I kind of want to blow this up, because 2/2s are annoying, but I cannot blow it up. So... I'll just pretend like I can in my head. I can probably beat 2/2s, though. If all they're doing off the top of their deck is a 2/2, I think we're fine. I also think I'm going to kick this instead of do it for a... Well, it depends what this exact card is. Okay. That's fine, isn't it? I don't care about all the treasure tokens. Yeah, we don't care about that at all. Let's do this to start. If they manifest dread something insane, then I suppose we were just not destined to win this game. Stock up is interesting. This can bounce that Manifest Dread card. Could just cast it as a 6/7. Suppose I will. Let's see what it was, shall we? Bounce and bounce. It was a land, okay. We can just cast stock up. That's good. Another sweeper is actually good. I don't think I need spot removal. Let's just take the sweeper, because I mean, what... The only thing that can go wrong probably involves this mattering. They did not play the 5 mana card first. They should have done that. They have all the mana in the universe. So they missed out on a 2/2 there. They can still cast it. Yeah, they just missed a 2/2, which is actually kind of relevant. Okay, that's a no. We don't like that. Okay, they're over it. Finally had enough. A bunch of interesting cards I've not really seen before. I gave my opponent a lot of time before I got to cast my first sweeper. So if it really came down to like a much more like large, scary board presence, I could have just gotten completely trampled over. But got there in the end. Look at that. That was a third of my deck was left. Man. That's another game where I feel like at least Elspeth would have just been good, right? When you get to that board state, Elspeth is a good thing to just sort of try to put into play. It also is a removal spell. I'm gonna try to not play Remake. I'm gonna try not Remake. I feel as though the slowest games imaginable, you don't want your opponent to randomly flip something very scary. And my opponent, most players would have the capacity to do as such. So, given what I'm trying to do at least. I have not played against Surak in the command zone, have I? I might have. Because of the consult, I will keep this hand. This is probably one of the closer problematic games if they have a Cavernous Souls. Oh wait, I can't counter it. Yeah, never mind. What am I talking about? They don't need Cavernous Souls, I'm an idiot. Let's cast this. Land is basically necessary. Let's play a land. Let's play a land. I need a white source. Come on. We can do it. I have faith. That has Ward 2. I can deal with it immediately? Oh, maybe not. Do they have something? Of course they do. Alright, well, I guess I can't. Why does it have Ward 3? Oh, no, it doesn't. It just draws a card. I thought I had Ward 3 there. Like, wait a minute. I lose. Oh, no. Let's play you on human. And then cast my commander? Yeah? Why not? Because if they cast their commander, then sure. They can cast their commander. They do not cast their commander. To the surprise of no one, my stuff is killed. Well, goodbye, Elspeth, I guess. Says stuff. Can play that, bounce that. No, that's not going to do anything. So, oh Why does everyone have scaling off of everything? I need the scaling to stop, please. Alright, well, you got it. Nothing I can do. Infinitely uncounterable commander is, like, the worst. That's probably the worst matchup in all of Standard, I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably have a better time against Ketramels and Ujin than I do, this random uncounterable commander. I don't think I've ever seen that in the command zone either. So, I guess it tracks that the first counterspell deck I play in Standard bumps into that. Suppose it only makes sense. Yeah, half my hand was dead. Half my deck was dead. I'm taking the deduce, and you can't stop me. Alright, opponent doesn't take deduce. I would have taken this. I'm stopping the cards. I'm stopping the flow. I spoke too soon. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, they discarded the perfect thing for the commander. And I have basically nothing. Oh, well, I have this, I guess. Can't say I care about this 3-2. Well, right now. Overlord, alright. I don't want that to be in play. For reasons. Yeah, we should probably stop this before I lose to it. And then I play tap land and pass. Could have played stock up. I can play it next turn though. Is this weird or is this not weird? I feel like that's weird. Maybe it isn't weird. Okay. I wasn't really expecting that. But it is just a 4/4 right now. I don't know what the card they find is. Probably a... Ugh, I don't know. It could be like a discard spell. Like, I don't know. It could be all sorts of things. But I'll tell you what it isn't. A land. So... Stock up now? No, that's wrong. This... A land is good here, but I have one for next turn already. I feel like the best thing is a discard spell. They already cast 2 of them. I really don't know. I'm not making a move on this. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to get cast. Excuse me. Alright, well, like I said, it's 100% not a land that my opponent just tutored. I don't know what it is, but it was not that. By all means, counter my stock up. Oh, dang it. That in that. Bounce spell? Okay, it could have been that card. That could have been what they got. They get rid of Lively Dirge? feel like that maybe would have been useful. Well, I guess that means there's just better stuff. Cruel Claws Heist. Gift it. I'll fight over that. I'd like them to put something in play because of that. Okay, that got through. Of course, it's indestructible. Why wouldn't it be? Okay. Counterspell? Removal spell? Same thing. That's not what I want. Yep, no surprise there. And then perfect land. What's the perfect card here? I don't know. You tell me. I think I just have to take that. Okay, that doesn't change much. I do technically now have a manland. I guess they just tutored this up twice. That's really funny. I need an answer to this card, and I need it, like, right now. I will actually just animate my manland, because I'm not upset if it dies, so. It does not die. Oh, there's the Cavern of Souls. Okay. If they reanimate something, we're not too upset with that, because otherwise they sack it to this, and then I'm upset with that. Yeah, we should kill this here. That way they can't do that. Okay, no haste. This doesn't kill planeswalkers. So we'll just try to play this. Nothing they can reanimate is like a huge issue currently. And if they do reanimate, they can't keep getting it back with this forever, because it gets exiled from their commander. And it doesn't have haste, so... Wow, a Vein Ripper. I haven't seen one of those in a minute. I don't think I've ever seen this in Standard, actually. I feel obligated to kill it. So let's kill it. Let's play our commander. Draw a card. Yep, I just hardcast that, and the game's over that way, I guess. I cannot block anything, because it has Menace. Okay, they didn't take Vein Ripper. That would have just, I'm pretty sure, win the game immediately, so that's a bit weird. But I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. Wait, I can bargain? Okay, I actually have a token. That's insane. Elspeth sees another day. I don't know what end, though. I can exile Arden. Am I coming out of this? No, there's no way. They still have just so much going on that I can't really deal with here. Yep. Alright. 2-3 it is. Get in there, map token. Get in there. Sure? I'll keep Spellgyre. It's just cards, even if I just draw with it. I need them to stop doing stuff like this. That's kind of what I need to have happen, and that's not happening, so... Alright, not ideal. A little bit more ideal. No, because now they just sack it to the thing, and they can get it back infinitely, so... We're back to just losing... everything ever. Ugh. Why do I have to draw nothing? Please. Come on. Gotta be kidding me. I'm also Omega maxed punished for not playing my land last turn. Because then now I can't activate this. It's just not going to matter, clearly, as things stand anyways. It's just straight up not going to matter, so... Okay. Yep, my opponent had 45... They had, like, every single random mythic thing. If they just had, like, 3 less, we're fine, but... Their deck list just had every single one in it, and, well, that's that, I guess. I'm not going to play Graveyard Hate like Ghostly Vacuum. I mean, I could play something like Ghostly Vacuum for those kinds of matchups. It's not like Ghostly Vacuum is bad outside of those matchups, because you can use it to win against other things. Although there's like Rest in Peace too, kind of the same logic. If I just had Ghostly Vacuum in play, I would have won that game. It is kind of a popular commander, so maybe having some kind of tech against it. Ideally a colorless tech for like the Ujin matchup and stuff. That doesn't matter. It makes your Ketramos opponent be able to swing infinitely. I don't think that really matters though. I don't think that really matters. Oh, look at that. Opponent didn't want to play. You're wrecked. We take those. It has been a day of obscene pain and misery. Does this commander use the graveyard? I don't even know. Does it? I've never seen it flip. I am very interested in making it not real. Sure. Why did they not swing with their oh, defender. Okay. That is warped. They did not hardcast it. They could have hardcast it. Chose not to. They apparently have nothing else to do as well. And they wanted to warp just for the Vondom. Not sure if I like that here. I'm just gonna pass. I mean, this kind of game is okay to play here, especially if they're just stranded with a ton of dead removal. Yep. Let's cast this. Oh wait, I didn't go to my opponent's end step. Not the best idea. Alright, looks like we didn't get blown out for that. I would really like to find a land, but maybe... No, we want to find a land here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Can it be a tap land? Does it matter because it can't be a double blue? Alright, just tap land it is. Another land would be fine. That's okay, sure. I'm not terribly concerned about this card, so I'm going to pass. Especially if they're going straight to combat. Yeah, I'm not concerned about this. It's just bloop. I cannot currently deal with that. What does this do? Ward discard when it attacks, put a counter on a creature an opponent controls. Okay. Go for it. No surprise there. I can't deal with that Elspeth. I can bounce it, but that doesn't really deal with it. Ghost Vacuum deals with the Terminus. Probably doesn't really matter, though. Let's cast that here and get rid of this. Play you. Actually, we should probably just play this. We're after like a specific thing, so. I should probably not just immediately activate Ghost Vacuum. Probably doesn't matter though. Elspeth's just unyieldingly annoying here. I've all my other bases covered really. Do I counter this? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll counter that. Not really what I was hoping to draw. Wait, I should, again, just wait on that. I would love my opponent to just kill my commander with their Elspeth here, but that is probably very unlikely. Oh, okay. I feel as though that's unlikely, and something I probably wouldn't do. Does my opponent have other cards? They do. Alright. Pretty likely my commander would just die. Does that even matter, though? What if I just cast it anyways? My hand is bad and I'm not dying to the board. So yeah, I'll just cast it again. I can just cast it again. I guess I will. Okay. That doesn't work until later. But, I mean, I have it covered currently. I'm going to leave that under my opponent's... Oh, wait. Okay, that's not at all what I expected. I thought they were going to go for my commander there. They did not. so sweep the board. Let's see, if I do sweep the board, I get my card back? I think I have to sweep the board here, right? I don't think it's even close. Does this tap for mana still? Of course it does. Of course it does. Authority of the Councils. You got it. This is pay 4, so this does work here. And I don't technically have to cast Split Up here, so this is what I'm doing. Authority of the Councils doesn't matter. I shouldn't try to blow that up. Bro, I need an answer to this, Elspeth. It's just ridiculous. Okay. I mean, even the manland would be nice. Excuse me, would be nice here. I mean, Paul, you're just doing one thing. There you go. One thing over and over. No witnesses. Oh boy. It's just so depressing that I can't. I'm just gonna lose to Elspeth. Like, that's it. That's all that matters. I'm just going to lose to Elspeth. I guess I could just let them reanimate their commander. No. I'm gonna just exile it again. Right? Yep. Because I don't... Can they cast it again? 8. Yeah, they can actually cast it again. I don't know if I'm supposed to remove this. I can keep it locked down. And it might be useful to use this later on something that I can't stop. One would argue. Authority stops my... No, I'm not making that kind of move yet. Found the manland. Let us just... Wait a minute. What if I... Hold on. What if I did this? Destroy all untapped creatures. Exile this, now your commander's gone forever? And I'm still losing Elspeth? I guess my opponent just had insane things they could just find that way as well. come on. Come on, dude. I just need anything. Anything off the top. Like, it's just so irritating. Anything off the top, please. Like, just any card. Give me a break. Now I'm just dead. Ah, so annoying. I mean, even like a board wipe. There's just so many things that would have been good there. It's an obscene amount of cards that would have been good. But, I mean, I just got soloed by Elspeth. If Elspeth wasn't in this game, we'd basically just win. Like, I just have it if they don't have that. I take 4 now. So, block that. Oh, it's got Menace. So, yep, nope, I'm just dead. Unbelievable. Yep. It's frustrating. It's just Elspeth, that's it. We win if it wasn't for that card. Nothing I could do about it. Absolutely nothing I could do about it. My own Elspeth would have been fine, even. I didn't even need, like, one of the answers to theirs. I could have just found my own. But I guess I'm not allowed to do that. What does this do in this matchup? It's castable. I'm not looking for anything this turn. It's fine. I'm up against a blue-green deck anyways. I don't think most of my cards will matter. You just sort of ignore everything you do. Well, there was no Cavernous Souls. Yep, like I said, they just ignore everything you can do. They don't even care. Just cast their cards. And then I can't even do anything because I just get blasted if I try to cast my commander. I should probably just cast it anyways because I don't think hiding behind counterspells is going to win this game ever. Like, given infinite time, it's just not going to win. So I might as well just let them do whatever they want. Then they always have the chance of just drawing Cavernous Souls anyways. That's a River's Rebuke. Okay, I can actually do something. Surprise, surprise. Their giant windmill explosive play didn't win the game. I just had to let them do that. Hedron Archive, yep. Can't be countered. A giant uncounterable threat I've never seen before, but now that I have counterspells in my deck, there it is. Enters, look at the top 5. Okay. I have never seen this played. I've seen quite a few cards today where suddenly they're just uncounterable and like I haven't seen them before, and now that I have like a counterspell deck, they're all over the place. Tinfoil hat, I guess. I don't know. What? Okay. I guess the witness protection is something I don't want to deal with. You got me. Lumra is also something I don't want to deal with, so... Looks like I'm not going to draw a card this turn, because I want this out of the way. Forever. Oh, look, another giant uncounterable threat. Okay, you got it. Well, just have all the uncounterable ones, I guess. I can do a really scary... Oh, it's not even that scary, honestly, no. Is there anything I can do about this? Nope. No more lies, looking like no more cards. Okay, wait, it's Ward 4. It's Ward 4. So... if I'm to do this... Wait, what if I did this instead? Exile target attacking creature. I lose if it doesn't work, so I should probably just go for the one that can work immediately, so I don't get hit by something crazy. I can still just get hit by that anyways, but I feel like this is my best line. Yep, of course. Wait, that's a legendary, isn't it? Oh, they can copy the Hedron. I thought you could only copy creatures with that. Okay. Well, this Ghost Vacuum has a bunch of cool stuff under it. Such as would not limit it to Lumra Kama. But this is larger than my Lumra, I think, right? Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it is. Unless Lumra gets something good here. This blows up my Ghost Vacuum, but if this hits me, I don't lose the game. So I will do this. And try to get some kind of value out of this. I thought this changed stats. Does it not work the way I thought it did? It doesn't see the stats. It's a 1/1 spirit, which I guess overwrites the rest of what this card could do, so. Well, I'm going to cast Ultima, and they got rid of one of these. They probably should have swung first. That didn't make any sense. They should have swung first. They could have cast more here. I guess I just take that? Yeah. Well, I'm sweeping the board anyways. I don't know. Maybe the chump block confuses them or something. Okay, well I can sweep the board, and I have to sweep the board, so I will sweep the board. Another giant, goofy threat. Okay. What does this do? It's just an 8/20. It doesn't do anything else? Okay. I draw nothing. Does this, it's Ward 3. Okay. Back and forth we go, I guess. How many lands do they have? It looks like more than 24. They did not make a clue token first, which I'm pretty sure they could have. I'm gonna try to not let this exist. What is that? Alright, they have uncounterable nonsense now. Oh, Commander it is, then. Although, to be fair, I mean, I don't really have any counter spells anyways. More mana, sure. Their commander is beating mine in combat, unfortunately. Apparently they don't care about that anyways, sure. Should I just put this on their commander? Probably? Put a counter, trample, conjugal to the greatest power. Ooh. Okay, well if they're not paying attention, this works out. Of course they're paying attention. Why not? I draw nothing. There's a very small chance... No, it's just... I don't think there's any way for me to stop my opponent here. Doesn't matter. Yeah, there's just like all the 6 and 7 mana mythic rares in blue and green, and I'm just not answering all of them, and they're drawing more than me. They're just doing everything more than I am. Can't do anything. They also seem to have like 38 lands or something insane. Soul Guide Lantern. Huh. I guess that means they have Ghost Vacuum too, right? I don't think you play that one first. Doesn't matter, opponent. Doesn't matter. There you go. Here. And then play that there. Because if I don't, I die. Okay, well they could have just kept it in play to deal damage to me. Would have amounted basically to the same thing. Do you even have more lands? Okay. That draws a card. I can't... It's just not fast enough to... They do have Ghost Vacuum. It's not fast enough for me to make them run out of cards before I would die here. This looks like Craterhoof that somehow is in the last 4 cards of my opponent's deck. Oh. Same thing? I think? So we'll find out. Land. Well, the thing is that they have more lands in their deck. There's only 2 cards left? Okay, apparently there's more lands. And there is nothing I can do. It all has trample? No, it doesn't. Alright. Down to 1 card. If I had some kind of haha surprise mill, I could have done something there, but yeah, I mean, blue-green, they're just going to keep doing things, and they don't really care if you counter them, because there's going to be more of them, and you can't keep up. There's just nothing I can do, right? I did everything I wanted to. To be fair, there is counter... Like, they had every single uncounterable card in the game against me. So there is that, like, these things and stuff. I mean, they also had a haste sweep here. If I maybe got to my turn and drew a sweeper, there's like maybe a chance I win or something to them decking out. Not very likely though. But if I wait, does this come back and you have to draw? Okay, so if there was a sweeper and I survived the attack, I could have forced them to draw that card, and then they would have lost right there on the spot. So you could argue it was closer than it looked, but I mean, not really. Not really, barring some kind of weird disaster. Aetherize could have done something, maybe? Not really. Yeah, there's just not much I can do there. There's just not much I can do. Not much I can do. Alright, I'm going to talk about 2 decks, and then I'm going to be done. I barely played this one, though, but... Okay, I have 2 decks to talk about, because I played 2 decks today. 1-1 counters matters kinds of strategies like this just died to everything ever. I got this in play, alive, like 1 game, and all the other games just died. Creature-based strategies are just facing down a mountain of removal right now in Standard. Fair amount of sweepers as well, so... I tried to do like 1-1 counters matters cards exclusively, and they do come together well, but if your opponent has spot removal for days, or sweepers for days, it doesn't matter what, you know, how special all that is. I've played against this a bunch of times, and every time it beats me, I'm like, oh wow, it did a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, oh, I was getting trampled. But it would have immediately lost if I cast a sweeper. And it's just games where I got trampled over by this, because I was thinking about playing this as a commander, because, I mean, we're basically green-white anyways. They're kind of playing very similar cards, very similar decks, I feel. Some of this doesn't maybe make sense, I would say. I don't know. You could probably go all in on just playing creatures and nothing else, except, like, very notably good cards that are non-creatures. Like, Earth Crystal is cool, but it doesn't do anything without the board presence in the first place. So, like, how do I just turn this into a threat itself and stuff like that? So, probably just have more creatures in this kind of thing, but most games I just got swept in spot removal out into oblivion, and nothing I did mattered. You can't really go tall without a bunch of protection and evasion, and we're trying to go a little tall. We can also go wide, but going a little bit tall is what 1-1 counters are trying to do, right? We didn't really struggle with cards that bad, but I wasn't drowning my opponents in cards like I was with the mono-white commander with the warp ability, and that one just draws cards so fast and you gain a bunch of life, so you're opposing, like, the creatures are actually attacking you behind all the removal your opponent also has. You can, like, stay alive, but here you just sort of die. So I was really disappointed with this, but I'm sure there's a reason I've only played against it once, and it conceded right when I cast a board wipe. Because that's just the nature of things. There's a couple board wipe protection spells you can play, or, protection spells in general, like the Truce Bargain card and stuff, but they're inconsistent, and, you're going to top deck it when you need it to close the game out, and you're going to have it in matchups where it's just terrible. I don't know, it's just not really... Heroic Intervention is not the most reliable effect or style of coming out of that, so just really did not like what this commander is doing that much at all. And I ended with this one, which is way more up my alley. This is far more difficult to cast than I initially thought it was. There's plenty of decks that can just kill this, and you're just letting your opponent kill your commander over and over. It's hard to cast this on turn 4. Even mono green doesn't care about it. There's just a lot of issues with this as your blue-white control commander. There's just a lot of issues. I didn't really feel like I was running out of cards, and if I ever was running out of cards in a matchup, it's because I'm just continuously answering things, but my opponent is finding one of the 25 ways to incur advantage that I can't necessarily stop. Like, there was a game where I basically won if it wasn't for exclusively Elspeth just sitting in my opponent's board. It was just sitting there. Couldn't kill it. And it just won the game eventually. The 2 1/1s a turn is going to beat this if you can't stop the 2 1/1s a turn. It's just going to happen. It was in play for like 8 turns or something insane. Couldn't stop it. And I lost. But I had every other thing they were doing taken care of. So that is an issue. And I mean, there's counter spells and some like Stroke of Midnight and whatnot to deal with this. My own Elspeth, actually. Ujin was in here for a second. I could probably put Ujin back in. I think Ujin is okay in a deck like this, especially when drawing cards with Ujin has value. It doesn't need to do anything else, right? Not really. You could play more colorless cards if you wanted to, but no, I think you could just simply play Ujin, 7 mana Vindicate, then you just some life gain, 2 cards a turn. If your commander's in play, 3 cards a turn. So that is nice. Another issue is, like, there's some decks that don't even care if you keep the board clear. They can just keep casting things. Like, there was a blue-green matchup where I continuously dealt with the board. Man lands are annoying, but again, there are cards I can have that do blow them up. But just giant blue-green in general is just not really going to care. Like, they cast ramp spells. Are you going to counter them? Okay, they'll just wait, play lands, and cast the giant things later. You're not really getting anywhere. One of my opponents had all of the uncounterable cards, like the comma and that other Sphinx. Like, they had just specifically uncounterable threats. So that's another issue. Cavernous Souls is not nearly as crazy as it used to be, especially in like Historic Brawl. But here, when you want to play a deck like this, Cavernous Souls can just essentially be lights out. So because Cavernous Souls exist, on top of control in general in Standard right now not being very good anyways, it's just so difficult to play a deck like this. So difficult to play a deck like this and win, especially when games are going very long, and almost every strategy can continuously play a long game with you. It's not just the opposing control decks or some kind of combo thing. Like the mid-range and the big giant dumb stuff and even aggro can just keep casting cards, keep asking questions, and you have to keep bringing the answers. It is up to you to not only continuously answer everything, you have to play way tighter than your opponent. You can't just... you have to know when to cast your cards, right? If your opponent's playing a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3, 4, 5, it's up to you to know when to cast your Refute, leave up a removal spell. When you can cast your commander, your opponent's just like windmill slamming anything. They don't care. They're just casting it. It's up to you to play the right things at the right time. So there's a lot on you in this kind of deck, where if we had like Teferi in the command zone, we have we have a lot more leniency in our decision making. But here, you don't have really any wiggle room to make misplays and stuff. And I know I made some misplays in the first few games I was playing. I guess I'm just rusty to blue eye control. I most assuredly am. Where I made decisions that make sense, but they were the wrong lines that led to me losing. Like, oh, if I just cast the witness protection later, I was probably fine. But I didn't. I just cast it here, and then the ripple effect was too great for me to overcome the mistake of doing that. It wasn't even like a hindsight thing. It was like, oh, after having assessed the whole game, it was a bad idea. It was like, no, it was... You could have parsed out that it was a bad idea when you did it. And I made a few mistakes like that. And they did cost me games. So it's definitely hard to play. And it has an uphill battle because Cavern of Souls exists. Counterspells are not at their best in Standard right now. And basically every single strategy can just continue to do things and not have much motive to give up. They can just top deck, just keep drawing cards one at a time, and eventually maybe something gets through, right? There's plenty of reasons to not concede. So yeah, both of these decks I've played today, not the most viable, but that's the price I pay for playing everything and not really ever playing anything twice. You're gonna have days like this. I did get a little unlucky. There were a lot of scenarios where everything lined up very nice for my opponents, but you could just argue that's just what happens when you play an established, consistent strategy, and when you're not playing one of those and you're playing against it, you're gonna just feel like your opponent has everything they need all the time. And well, that's the power of playing established, consistent things that 10,000 people have downloaded the same deck, and none of those 10,000 decks were this thing. Right? They're all Bonnie, Paul, and something else. So, well, that's what I have. A lot of pain today. A lot of pain. A lot of losing. Uphill battle. But it is what it is. So let me know what you thought about it. I guess let me know what you thought about either deck.